This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Today's reflections are from the Gospel of John 1, 6 through 8, and 19 through 28. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He himself was not the light, but he came to testify to the light. God's grace and peace be with you as we learn the freedom that comes from knowing who we are and who we are not. And John the Baptist is a gracious reminder of the joyful freedom that comes when we genuinely live out the belief that it's not all about us. It's about Christ. Christ the I am. John the Baptist says, I am not the Messiah. John the Baptist, I and all of you are not the Messiah. But we do have important roles as witnesses to testify to the light that Christ is. The light who Jesus Christ, the great I am, is. Jesus Christ, the Son of Man. And it bears repeating, John the Baptist is a gracious reminder of the freedom that comes when we genuinely live out the belief it's not about us, it's about Christ. You see, how many times have you felt the weight of the world on your shoulders? Especially this time of year. You have people counting on you that you don't want to disappoint. And sometimes your plans seem to be turning into disasters. Perhaps you've taken on too much responsibility, or your plans don't mesh with others. And it's usually in those times you're forced to accept you can't be in control of all the moving parts. You're one of many. And let's be honest, don't we believe that if everybody would just conform to our thinking and do their part in our timing, life would be great? Well, it's time for a reality check. Not just for ourselves, but for others around us. We are not God. No one is God other than God. And when we all learn and accept that, we will also eventually discover there are few things quite so freeing, so empowering, and clarifying as knowing who we are not. It really is good news. So cut yourself some slack. Listen with your ears wide open. You cannot do it all, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you desire to. You can't be everything to everybody. You were not created to be. Jesus was. And we can usher in joy when we focus on Jesus. Rejoice. Rejoice in what he has done for us and what he continues to do for us. You see, one day, if you haven't already, you're going to face this temptation in your own heart to think that you're the main attraction. And you're not. This world does not revolve by the word of your power or mine. It is by the grace of God we go. We are witnesses as John, Mary, and Isaiah, and those who have gone before us were, so that all might believe through him, Jesus Christ. We proclaim as John did before us, look, I'm not the main attraction, but I know the one who is. 1 week from today is Christmas Eve. We prepare our hearts and our minds as we celebrate the birth of that little baby in the manger that changed the world. As we sing songs, retell the story of Jesus' birth, we become transformed, transfixed in that moment as we feel the peace that comes over us. I wonder if deep down what we feel is that weight that we have been carrying gently being removed as we can look to the Christ child and confess, Jesus is the Christ. I don't have to be. The Messiah came and he's coming again, so I don't have to fill those shoes. The spirit of Christmas within us takes hold. There's a resiliency that takes hold, a spirit that begins to build with renewed courage and hope for our future. Hope that can only come from Christ. Freedom. Freedom to stop thinking it all depends on us, to stop thinking it's all about us. Today's gospel helps us to see who we are not, so that we can experience great freedom in who Christ is. We can look to Christ and point others to him with unbelievable joy and freedom and witness what he has done in our lives. To say to all the world, to everyone, anyone who will listen, look, I'm not the main attraction. I'm not the Christ. but I know the one who is. Would you like to meet him? To God be the glory. Amen.